What's up, everyone, and happy Friday. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Monique, and I love to write and tinker in my journals and planners. This is my main system and my main routine. I do my morning pages, which is just a little note of how I'm feeling first thing in the morning. I will go back and update my tracker if I need to for the night before. Following that, I do my prayers, just a small little prayer for either myself, my family, just anything on my mind that I'm feeling that I need to communicate with the Lord. It's something just small, and just a small little snippet of how I'm wanting to petition to God. Then what I do is I go ahead and follow a devotion, which this one I'm doing this year is Jesus Always. I've always done Jesus Calling or Joyce Meyer's devotion. I've done In Touch Ministries. I've done Bible plans that are on the Bible app. I also try to be careful who I'm letting pour into me. Devotions are not from God. They are from an actual human being just giving their commentary. I do feel like Sarah Young does have some really good devotion. It always just hits for that day, whatever I'm feeling, no matter what. It's always something good and an encouraging message. And that's why I write it down. I'm incorporating it back into my actual system. I used to do this in the back so nobody could really see it, so I don't have to flip through. But now that the devotion is really just copy work in my mind, and so is my scripture writing, I don't find any problem with you guys looking at it. So what I'm doing is I'm actually bringing up the Bible verse in Ephesians. I followed the verse that was in the actual Jesus Always recommendation at the bottom. I do wish that they actually wrote it out or put it out, the actual verse, but it's okay. In the back, I accounted for my scripture writing. I was doing this in my take a note, and I just found that it was better to just put in the flow of my morning, so that way the flow's not interrupted going into a different book. I will either do something else with my take a note or just let it sit there and I can read it later in life. I don't know. I haven't figured out what I want to do there. So I'm using my Lamy Safari fountain pen. It is a fountain pen that's fairly inexpensive on Amazon, and it's with cartridges that you can buy. And I believe this is just like a normal little black ink. So when I was in my take a note, I was definitely using this pen and I liked the look. So yeah, I'm just writing to encourage myself to remind myself to remain steadfast in my faith, and just be in constant communication with the Lord. That is why I write these things in my actual planner journal. I'm choosing to do a voiceover because at the time I was just literally doing my own thing and I didn't want to talk, so I kind of just sped it up. I've had my coffee in my bar. I'm checking off things and looking at things that I've done prior, which was yesterday. I did buy some kawaii washi stickers after watching Emily Lou. I really wanted the ones that she had. I had my daughter put it in ChatGPT, Google. The only thing that came up was Ganeshi Impact, I think, and a chibi sticker. I'm probably saying it wrong, so sorry. This is my brain dump. It's just an area that I can just dump my brain with tasks, events, notes, things that I want to remember. They are daily structured, but in actuality, if I write over that column, I will go to the next. If I fill it all up, I will tip in a piece of paper. There's my weekly, and then there's my dailies. So my dailies consist of structured events that happen, to-do list, memory keeping, weather, dinner, just things that happen that day. This is the main hub for memory keeping and journaling and planning and all the things. So this is the main area in which if I want to back plan, I can. So I cross off the date and go from there. I switch to another book, which is a B6 Slim Sterling ink. I highlight the days that we've homeschooled this week. I want to keep that as an attendance tracker. And this one is just really so I could catch my year in one notebook, because I don't really do that normally because I have a monthly book. I really do try to focus on putting the top 3 or 4 to-dos for the day, and it's actually really helped me to be productive. I was writing them in my A6 Techo, and while that's nice, yeah, this one seems a lot more productive for me. So I haven't put any washies in or any stickers, but I did decide to put some washi towards the bottom. I want to say that was gifted to me, but it is Coffee Monsters Co. So I do decide to kind of draw out this layout with you guys. It's nothing fantastical. I do decide to do it in a pencil because if you saw my other video with me drawing out my monthly for next month in February, it was a disaster. Normally I draw out in a pencil for that, so that way it won't smear. This is thinner paper. It's, Tomo River paper, so it will smear depending on the pen that you use. So if you use a pencil, definitely won't. So I am just drawing this out. It's a definite nice layout. I've liked. I incorporated this layout with Marcia Bramucci inserts a long time ago. In rings. She sold it in rings. It wasn't to the T like this, but the main gist of your to-dos were in the middle, and I highly enjoyed that for years before I made my planner system in an actual monthly book. So this layout comes really, really familiar for me, and I don't really have to try really hard because my eyes just remember something like this. If you're thinking of different layouts, always go to one that really, really works, even if it's in rings or not. So I do take some stickers and do the Monday through Sunday. I don't date the middle because on the left-hand side, it does show the date that I'm in. I like to put the events, and yeah, it is double writing in a way, but it's really catching the whole week, and this is a yearly perspective. This is the compact version, and I haven't figured out what to do with the dailies yet because it's not like a day per page. But I really enjoy the weekly portion, and this is in the B6 Slim. B6 Slim is one of my favorite sizes other than the standard size. So I just go ahead and write down some things. I do recall that next week I have on Wednesday, that is a busy, busy day. But thank God my husband is home from work. I have a procedure. My son has an exam, and then Sophia has gymnastics. She has really gotten back into her gymnastics routine starting this week, and it's a weekly class, so I'm very proud of her for stepping out of her comfort zone. She's very, 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 has a lot of issues with social. She's had that issue since she was a baby, and so she's got a lot of high anxiety. She doesn't like to be around any other people at all. It becomes a really huge problem with anybody talking to her, kid or adult. So she's come so far, and I'm just so excited for her. The next one I pull out is my weeks. This is just purely fun, honestly. There are planners that I have to use throughout the year because I love them so much and I use them each year. That's my Hobonichi products. Hobonichi, no matter if I use a Kinbor or any other dupe, Hobonichi will always be Hobonichi to me. And will always buy a Weeks. I will always buy a cousin or redate a cousin or have some kind of A6 Techo in the lineup. Like, it's just one of those things that I love. And so the Hobonichi is such a small, compact little planner that it doesn't take time at all to just update. We did get our Samantha back. She is sitting on the shelf. We got a paw print of her. And this weekend we're going to try to figure out our ceremony, what we want to do to spread her. It's just hard, but I'm glad to see some closure because it's been 2 weeks of us just really, really going through it. My husband kind of like broke down with it yesterday. It was just so sad. So, while it's so somber, it's also nice to know she's back home with us. My Hobonichi cousin is just a fun place. It's in a standard size. This is a 2024. I'm redating. I've always loved the redating aspect of planning. and journaling. I do believe that you should get more bang for your buck. If you're not going to use the book in its current date, then redate it. Like, I use it more so as memory keeping journaling. I do want to decide if I want to do my creative journaling in here or in my Oxford little composition notebook. I want to be more creative in that I want to put more pictures and images and stuff like I used to do back in the day, but it's just hard unless I'm printing for the week to just print daily. Like, I mean, I can print in quads, like with an app. I usually use PicStitch for that, and that's fine, but usually I just been using my cousin to just kind of throw down stickers and just write different things out that happened that day in more detail than I would write in my main planner. In my main planner, I have what's like a burn book as well in the back. That's where I write all the feelings. One day in life. I hope to separate that from my main planner, but I can't seem to do it, so I just do it in the back because I would like to just throw those away, honestly, because those are raw, in the moment feelings that make no sense, and it's not probably how I truly feel. So, yeah, this is what I wanted to show you. I wanted to take you through my process in the morning. It took about 20 minutes. You guys are seeing a sped up version of it. It's something that I do for myself. My kids are asleep, so it's a way for me to have some self-care and take care of my mental first so that I am not like droning throughout the day. So I thank you so much for your time. I thank you for supporting me. God bless you.